Hello everybody, this is my video response to Eigh8t the Chosen One's video, Top 10 Splatter Flicks, which I recommended to him, by the way. Some of them are going to be repeats because he made some good choices, but also I'm going to go off the beaten path a little bit here. I'm going to do an honorable mention. He knows this one, so this is why I'm mentioning it. Splatter Farm. Crappy shot on video horror film, but still, it's gross. It's very gross. The second time I watched it was actually grosser than the first time. Says a lot. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the top 10 best splatter films, in my opinion. First one that comes to mind, Chrome Skull, the sequel to Laid to Rest. Many people haven't seen Laid to Rest nor Chrome Skull, and I gotta say that you're doing yourself a disservice if you haven't seen those movies, because they're great. They're great slasher films. They harken back to the age of The Burning and Friday the 13th. They are wonderful slasher films. I highly recommend them. They need to be seen to be believed. Some people be like, oh, it's just gore, you know, but it's really great gore. It's splattery. It's all over the place. Definitely, yeah. I can't recommend it enough. Second is The Burning. Yes, The Burning, my favorite slasher film of all time. Traditional slasher film of all time, at least. This one, it's a new standard for slasher films because it did the Friday the 13th formula better than Friday the 13th wish it did. It's better than Friday the 13th. It's better than Nightmare on Elm Street. Better than Halloween. It is the most entertaining slasher film, and it's a great gross-out splatter flick. Maybe not be as gory as Chrome Skull, but it's still wonderful. Third, No One Lives. No One Lives. This is a movie that people have to see. This one, I heard it was a gore film, but I was not expecting it to be as gory as it is. It is unbelievably splatter. Just stuff going against the walls, just everywhere. It's astonishing how gory they got with this. But I was taken aback because I've seen a lot of gory films, and this one just, it didn't set a new standard or anything like that, but it was just so well made and well produced. The gore was just all over the place, and it was wonderful. They weren't afraid to do things in this movie, and I have to give that high credit. Fourth, oh man, this one I know I'm going to give some flack for. I'm going to have to give this to Hostel 2, because Hostel 2, oh my goodness, this movie disturbed me when I first saw it. The sight scene, you can't deny the sight scene with the and then the slash, and oh my goodness, that was a scene. Oh my god, just thinking about that sight, just crawling over her back, and then all of a sudden slashed right open, and then just blood all over, and then she's like bathing herself in it. It's so unbelievably gross, but so satisfying and so disturbing. It's one of those movies that just sits in the back of your head. I'm not a big Eli Roth fan or anything like that, but I have to say he did really well with that one. A lot of people give Eli Roth flack, but I liked Hostel Part 2. Next is You're Next. Get it? Get what I did there? Well, whatever. You're Next is a home invasion thriller film with a twist on it. And the way she kills these guys is unbelievably brutal. I'm laughing in the theater because I get the joke. It's a joke. It's a movie that's done to be more of a pitch black dark comedy than it's supposed to be a straight up horror film. It has good tension, but the kills in that movie were wonderful. Even though the last kill I thought was underwhelming, but the way he just gets this blood going everywhere in the scenes. It's not, you know, on the wall or like something like Kill Bill. But the blender scene, that's something that, yeah, I give credit to that blender scene. I was dying of laughter at the blender scene. Number 6. This is number 6, right? Yeah, we're going to say it's number 6. Number 6. Tokyo Gore Police, that I told you I was going to repeat. Tokyo Gore Police. This one is this is the definition of splatter. When people are talking about splatter, they're talking about Tokyo Gore Police, because limbs cut off and then they're just spraying. It's like a sprinkler, and it's wonderful. It's so much fun to watch. And then I've seen way too many movies with killer penises in them, and this movie really proved that point. And that was just a really strange moment. It reminds me of RoboCop. That's just how the movie feels. This movie's way more gory than RoboCop, but RoboCop's a better movie, don't get me wrong. But this one's so ridiculously out there. They had advertisements for cutting and all that stuff, and oh my gosh, I can't get over the fact that how great this movie is. It is such a blast to watch and enjoy. Some people might argue it's more of an action film than a horror film, which may be true, but still, the amount of gore in it, even if it is an action film, that one, it excuses it. Next, Bad Taste. But people were thinking I was going to say, I know people were going to think I was going to say Dead Alive, but I don't want to copy him too much. Bad Taste, oh my. The reason why I have to give this one more credit is because I think it was 4 years took him to make it. 4 years of government money, apparently. And it was all shot on weekends. And it turned out well. It turned out great. And it's such a well-crafted film for what it had and just how gross it was willing to get. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of gore, a lot of guts, everything. That crap they drink, it's not gore, but it's still, it's just disgusting. This one no one's heard of. I know no one's heard of this movie. Well, maybe a couple people have. It's called Darkness, the vampire version. I think they have, the movie's just called Darkness, but I think they put in the vampire version because there is more than one movie called Darkness. This is a vampire movie, obviously, hence the title, vampire version. And this is a bloody movie. This is one of those, it's another independent film. I mean, very independent. This was 1990s and independent. $5,000 I think it had. Maybe even less. I know it wasn't that big of a budget. And throughout the entire movie, there's plenty of guts and gore. Just everything going off the walls. And the one scene, don't watch the trailer for it because it gives it away. But the climax of the movie, when the sun comes out on the vampires, it's bloody. And when they're in the river and the bodies are like in half, and guts and ribs and all that stuff, it is beautiful. I gotta watch that movie again. Oh my goodness. I forgot how much I enjoyed that film. Now, what's gonna be, let's see, what can we make this? You people are thinking I don't have it already, but I do, trust me. I'm putting you all in suspense of what my last two are. What's the Amazing Dolby gonna make his last two? I know that's what you're all thinking. But you're never gonna guess it. You're never gonna guess it. You're never gonna guess it. Inside. I'm sorry. Inside is great. I knew you all weren't gonna guess it. No one was gonna guess Inside. I feel like Eigh8t said he dismissed it. That's fine. But I gotta give it credit. You gotta give credit where credit's due. Inside. The scissors scene. No. Oh my. The scissors with the pen and the cat and then the guy like brain damage and it's like sprinkly gore. The black gore, every type of gore there is. Glitters. That movie was scary too. That had some pretty frightening scenes in it. It wasn't just gory. It was also scary. And that's one of the few things. A lot of gore films are not really scary. They're more or less just gory. This one, though, this one had some creepy moments in it. Last one. Oh, man, I gotta put you on suspense for this one. Because if I don't put you in suspense for this one, y'all are gonna be just out of the loop. Because, we gotta have fun. Because if I don't put you in suspense, you don't have to be put in suspense. They have to be put in for suspense. I just know it. And it's Poultry Guys. I'm sorry. I copied Eigh8t again. I couldn't help it. But Poultry Guys, Night of the Chicken Dead is wonderful. And when I say it's wonderful, I mean it's so much fun to watch. And the scene at the end with the chickens, people turn into chickens and they're in the fast food joint. The whole movie takes place in the fast food joint, I know. But with the meat grater, the eyes coming out, the stomach, and then oh my god, the bathroom scene. Oh man, that scene was disgusting. It's not gore, but I rank that scene I could put that scene above any other gore scene, how gross that was. That scene was disgusting. I know I didn't mention anything along the lines of guinea pig or cannibal holocaust. I didn't want to get too obvious. And there's Prey Muto's Lord of the Living Dead too. And yes, I did see that, not just referencing Eigh8t. That I remember because that movie had a kill counter at the end of it, and then the two got hit by a car or something like that. But that's my favorites of the gore films. I'm sure I could have gone on longer had I had a longer list. And if I actually would have sat downstairs, maybe I would have seen something. But if I want to give some honorable mentions, here's a few. I'll give some more honorable mentions. Zombie, that's a good one. Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever, better than the first one. I liked it better than the first one. It was gorier, it was funnier, it was a lot of fun. Hatchet, those were good. Jack Brooks Monster Slayer, I don't think that was that gory. Predator. What other ones can I name off the top of my head? I can't really think of anything right now. I'm sorry, people. But, you know, Machine Girl, that too. Machine Girlette. I don't think anyone's seen that, though. I think that... But anyways, I'm not talking about that. Any insane Japanese anime, those are always really bloody. But anyways, people, that's my favorite top 10 gore films. I want to make a response to Eigh8t, the chosen one, because not a lot of people do, and people gotta get on that. Anyways, check out Eigh8t, the chosen one video. Catch you later. Peace.